Hollywood is built on glitz, glamour, and carefully crafted illusions. From staged feuds and fake relationships to controversial PR stunts, the industry thrives on manipulating public perception. While some tactics boost careers, others backfire spectacularly, exposing the truth behind the scenes. In this video, we'll uncover some of Hollywood's biggest lies, revealing how manufactured drama and deception shape the entertainment world. Number 10. Kendall Jenner and Pepsi ad. Offensive ad about protest movement. The Kendall Jenner and Pepsi ad controversy remains one of the most infamous advertising failures in history, serving as a textbook example of how a brand can misread social and political climates, leading to public backlash. In April 2017, Pepsi released a commercial featuring supermodel and reality TV star Kendall Jenner. The ad depicted a street protest with a diverse crowd of young people holding signs that read "Join the conversation," suggesting a movement for unity and social change. While walking past the demonstration, Kendall notices the passionate energy of the protesters, prompting her to remove her makeup, shed her glamorous outfit, and join the march. The climax of the commercial occurs when she approaches a line of police officers and hands one of them a can of Pepsi. The moment is framed as a breakthrough. Tension seemingly dissolves. The officer takes a sip, smiles, and the crowd erupts in cheers as if peace has been restored. The ad closes with a sense of optimism, implying that Pepsi is a symbol of unity and togetherness. However, instead of being celebrated as an uplifting and progressive message, the commercial immediately sparked outrage across social media and beyond. Critics accused Pepsi of trivializing serious social justice movements, particularly the Black Lives Matter (BLM) protests, which were highly relevant at the time. Many saw the ad as a tone-deaf attempt to capitalize on activism, while failing to acknowledge the real struggles faced by those fighting against police brutality and systemic racism. Instead of addressing these issues with depth and sincerity, the ad presented an oversimplified and unrealistic resolution, implying that a can of Pepsi could somehow bridge societal divides and mend deep-rooted tensions. Furthermore, people were particularly upset with the choice of Kendall Jenner as the central figure in this narrative. As a celebrity known for her privileged background and lack of political involvement, her portrayal as a peacemaker in a setting reminiscent of real-life protests felt inauthentic and disconnected from reality. To many, the commercial suggested that a wealthy, famous, and predominantly apolitical figure could easily step into an activist role and bring about change with minimal effort, undermining the work of real activists who put themselves at risk for genuine causes. Adding fuel to the fire, the commercial bore an uncanny resemblance to a widely recognized photograph of Aisha Evans, a black woman who peacefully stood her ground in front of heavily armed riot police during a 2016 BLM protest in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The image became a powerful symbol of resilience and the courage of those facing systemic oppression. By recreating a similar scene, but replacing a real activist with a supermodel, and the act of defiance with a marketing gimmick, Pepsi was accused of exploiting a deeply significant moment for corporate gain. As the criticism mounted, social media erupted with hashtags like #PepsiGate and waves of memes mocking the commercial. People sarcastically suggested that global conflicts and political disputes could be solved simply by offering a can of Pepsi, highlighting the absurdity of the ad's message. The backlash was so intense that within just 24 hours, Pepsi decided to pull the advertisement entirely. In a public statement, the company admitted that they had missed the mark and apologized for any offense caused. Number 9. Ja Rule and Fyre Festival. Luxury music festival goes awry. Fyre Festival was promoted as an unprecedented luxury music event taking place on a private island in the Bahamas. Backed by businessman Billy McFarland and rapper Ja Rule, the festival was presented as an exclusive paradise for the elite. where attendees could enjoy lavish parties, meet celebrities, enjoy exquisite cuisine, and attend top performances from top artists such as Blink-182 and Major Lazer. Fyre Festival's marketing campaign was carried out through social media with the participation of top supermodels such as Bella Hadid and Kendall Jenner. Posts were filled with images of yacht parties, breathtaking Caribbean beaches, and lavish lifestyles that many people could not resist. Ticket prices ranged from a few $1,000s to more than $12,000 for a VIP package, promising an exclusive and high-end experience. However, even in the preparation stages, there were signs that the event was not being properly organized. The infrastructure was not perfect. Service providers complained about a lack of financial transparency, but the media frenzy continued to promote the event to a more spectacular scale than ever. When attendees arrived in the Bahamas, they quickly realized that the promises of luxury were an illusion. Instead of luxury villas, they were crammed into disaster relief tents. Images of deprivation flooded social media, suitcases rolling through mud, beds soaked by the harsh weather, and luxury food that was actually cold cheese sandwiches. Some attendees, like Sarah, who had expected a weekend filled with glitz and celebrity encounters, were left in a state of panic when they realized they didn't have the food, water, or accommodations they had promised. The arrival of a tropical storm added to the chaos. Attendees began to panic when they discovered there was no emergency plan or support from the organizers. As the truth broke, social media was flooded with accusations of fraud. Images of meager meals, chaotic scenes, and inadequate facilities went viral, turning Fyre Festival into one of the biggest social media disasters in history. In addition to attendees, influencers who promoted Fyre Festival were also caught in the crossfire. Influencers like Kendall Jenner faced criticism for promoting an event they had never verified. People began to question the responsibility of celebrities who used their influence to market dubious products and services. Litigation soon followed. Many attendees filed lawsuits against Billy McFarland for fraud. Investors, vendors, and event organizers also spoke out about the money being spent recklessly without any specific planning. As a result, Billy McFarland was sentenced to 6 years in prison for financial fraud, while Ja Rule tried to distance himself from responsibility by claiming that he was also a victim of the chaos. In addition, this scandal also raised big questions about social media culture. Fyre Festival is a testament to the power of social media to create a perfect illusion without having to prove the reality. It also made the public more wary of lavish promotions from unverified influencers and entrepreneurs. Number 8. Kim Kardashian. Kimono. Brand. Van Hoa appropriation gate Trang Kai. The Kim Kardashian Kimono brand controversy is a well-known case of cultural appropriation in the fashion industry, where the choice of branding sparked significant backlash, particularly from the Japanese community. In June 2019, Kim Kardashian announced the launch of her new shapewear brand, originally named Kimono. The name was a play on her first name, intended to represent her collection of body sculpting undergarments designed to shape and enhance the body. However, the decision to use the word kimono, a term deeply rooted in Japanese tradition, immediately raised concerns. The kimono is a traditional Japanese garment with a history spanning centuries, often worn on special occasions such as tea ceremonies, weddings, and festivals. It symbolizes Japan's cultural heritage, and its use as a brand name for shapewear was seen as an inappropriate commercialization of an important cultural symbol. Many critics felt that the brand name misrepresented the kimono's significance and reduced a sacred cultural artifact to nothing more than a catchy marketing gimmick. The backlash was immediate and widespread. Members of the Japanese community, cultural advocates, and the general public accused Kim Kardashian of cultural appropriation, arguing that she was profiting from a term that carries deep historical meaning without any connection to Japanese culture. The controversy intensified when it was revealed that Kim had attempted to trademark the word kimono, meaning she would have exclusive rights to use the term in specific fashion and apparel categories. Many saw this as an insensitive and legally questionable move, as it could potentially prevent Japanese businesses from using their own cultural terminology for commercial purposes. Social media erupted with criticism, and the hashtag #kimono quickly gained traction, with thousands of users calling for the brand name to be changed. Even government officials became involved, with the mayor of Kyoto, Daisuke Kadakawa, writing an open letter to Kim Kardashian, urging her to reconsider the name and respect Japan's cultural heritage. Public sentiment overwhelmingly viewed the move as a tone-deaf attempt to capitalize on a cultural symbol, reinforcing a history of Western brands misusing cultural elements without understanding their significance. Initially, Kim Kardashian defended the brand, stating that the name was never intended to be disrespectful and that she had the utmost respect for Japanese culture. However, as the controversy grew and more voices joined the opposition, she eventually announced that she would change the brand's name, acknowledging the importance of cultural sensitivity. By August 2019, she officially rebranded the company as Team, removing any association with the kimono, while maintaining the original vision for the shapewear line. Despite the backlash, the controversy did not significantly harm Kim Kardashian's business. Skims went on to become a billion-dollar brand, proving its commercial viability even after a rebranding. However, the incident remains a cautionary tale about the importance of cultural awareness in branding and marketing, highlighting how even the most influential celebrities can face severe consequences when they fail to consider the broader implications of their branding decisions. Number 7. The Oscars, Envelope Gate, the incident of wrongly awarding La La Land and Moonlight. The Oscars, Envelope Gate, scandal is considered one of the most shocking and embarrassing moments in the history of the Academy Awards. This historic mix-up occurred during the 2017 Oscar ceremony, when the award for Best Picture was mistakenly given to the wrong film in front of a live global audience. As the ceremony reached its climax, legendary actors Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway were given the honor of announcing the most prestigious award of the night. As Beatty opened the envelope, he hesitated for a moment, seemingly confused, before handing it to Dunaway, who confidently declared, "La La Land," as the winner of Best Picture. The cast and crew of La La Land took to the stage, celebrating what they believed was their biggest achievement. They delivered their acceptance speeches, thanking their families, colleagues, and the Academy. However, just moments later, chaos erupted on stage. In a dramatic turn of events, producers of La La Land suddenly realized there had been a mistake. Jordan Horowitz, one of the producers, interrupted the celebration and announced to the shocked audience, "There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture. This is not a joke." The camera zoomed in on the envelope, which clearly displayed the name of the actual winner, Moonlight. Confusion and disbelief spread across the theater, with gasps heard from the audience and stunned expressions on everyone's faces. The mistake was later confirmed to be caused by an error from PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, the accounting firm responsible for tallying and safeguarding the Oscar results. The firm had 2 sets of envelopes for each award, and the presenters had been accidentally handed a duplicate Best Actress envelope instead of the Best Picture envelope. Since the card inside read, "Emma Stone, La La Land," Warren Beatty was visibly confused but passed the envelope to Faye Dunaway, who misinterpreted the situation and simply announced La La Land as the winner. The incident quickly became one of the most humiliating moments in Oscars history, raising questions about the Academy's credibility and PwC's security measures. The mix-up not only overshadowed Moonlight's historic win, as it was the first film with an all-black cast, and the first LGBTQ-themed movie to win Best Picture, but also put a damper on what should have been a monumental achievement for the film's creators. Public reaction was immediate and intense. Social media exploded with reactions, memes, and debates about the fiasco. Many compared it to Steve Harvey's infamous Miss Universe mistake in 2015, where he announced the wrong winner live on stage. Hashtags like #EnvelopeGate and #OscarsFail trended worldwide. PwC later issued a formal apology, acknowledging the error and taking full responsibility. Meanwhile, the Academy assured the public that stricter protocols would be put in place to prevent such a disaster from happening again. Although the Oscars recovered from the scandal, the incident remains one of the most infamous moments in the history of live television. It serves as a cautionary tale about human error, the importance of verification, and the unpredictability of live events, proving that even the most prestigious award ceremony is not immune to major mistakes. Number 6. Demi Lovato and The Big Chill. The absurd war with the ice cream shop. The Demi Lovato and the Big Chill frozen yogurt controversy is a prime example of how a celebrity's personal beliefs, when expressed publicly, can backfire and lead to unexpected backlash. This incident, which took place in April 2021, involved pop star Demi Lovato criticizing a small, family-owned frozen yogurt shop in Los Angeles, The Big Chill, for what she perceived as promoting diet culture. It all started when Demi Lovato visited the shop and noticed a variety of sugar-free and diet-friendly products on display. Feeling upset, she took to Instagram stories to call out the business, accusing them of contributing to diet culture, a societal pressure that promotes thinness and certain eating habits as the ideal. She wrote, "Finding it extremely hard to order froyo from the Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies/other diet foods before you get to the counter. Do better, please." She also used the hashtag #DietCultureVultures, implying that the store was preying on people with body image struggles. However, her comments did not sit well with the public. The Big Chill quickly responded, clarifying that they weren't promoting diet culture but simply catering to customers with dietary restrictions, such as diabetics, people with celiac disease, and those with food allergies. Their response emphasized that their offerings were inclusive rather than exclusive, providing options for people with different health needs. What might have been a minor complaint turned into a full-blown controversy when social media erupted with criticism against Demi Lovato. Many people felt that she had unfairly attacked a small business, misinterpreting their intention and turning a simple issue into a major controversy. Critics pointed out that not all sugar-free or diet-friendly options exist to push weight loss agendas. Some people genuinely need these alternatives for medical reasons. Others accused her of using her platform irresponsibly and bullying a small business over a misunderstanding. As backlash grew, Demi attempted to clarify her stance in a follow-up video, explaining that as someone who has struggled with eating disorders, she felt triggered by the way diet-focused foods were displayed. However, instead of de-escalating the situation, her explanation was seen as self-centered and out of touch. People argued that while her struggles with diet culture were valid, it was unfair to direct her frustration at a business simply providing inclusive food options for a wide range of customers. Realizing the damage, Demi eventually issued a public apology, acknowledging that her approach may have been wrong, and that she never intended to harm a small business. Despite this, her reputation suffered. Many saw the incident as an example of a celebrity using their influence inappropriately, turning a personal issue into public outrage without considering the full context. This controversy highlights how celebrity activism can sometimes miss the mark. While addressing issues like diet culture and body positivity is important, the way they are approached matters. Demi Lovato's misstep serves as a reminder that using a platform to call out businesses or individuals should be done carefully. with full awareness of the context and potential consequences. Number 5. Will Smith and the Oscars slap. The slap that shocked Hollywood. The Will Smith and the Oscars slap remains one of the most shocking and controversial moments in Hollywood history, leaving a lasting impact on the Academy Awards, public discourse, and Will Smith's career. The incident took place on March 27, 2022, during the 94th Academy Awards, where comedian Chris Rock was on stage presenting the award for Best Documentary. As part of his routine, Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, saying, "Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it." The joke referenced the 1997 film G.I. Jane, in which Demi Moore shaved her head for her role as a tough female soldier. However, Jada Pinkett Smith had openly discussed her struggle with alopecia, a medical condition that causes hair loss, making the joke a sensitive subject. At first, Will Smith appeared to laugh, but moments later, he walked up to the stage and, in front of millions of viewers worldwide, slapped Chris Rock across the face. The audience, both in the theater and at home, was left in stunned silence, initially unsure if the moment was scripted or real. As he returned to his seat, Smith shouted, "Keep my wife's name out of your F***ing mouth," twice, with an intense and visibly angry expression. The atmosphere in the venue instantly shifted from lighthearted to deeply uncomfortable. The moment quickly went viral, overshadowing the entire Oscars ceremony. While some people initially defended Smith, arguing that he was protecting his wife from an insensitive joke, public opinion soon turned against him. Many celebrities, industry professionals, and fans condemned his use of physical violence on a global stage, calling it unprofessional, inappropriate, and damaging to his legacy. Despite the shocking moment, the Oscars continued, and less than an hour later, Will Smith won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in King Richard. During his acceptance speech, he attempted to justify his actions by saying, "Love will make you do crazy things." He also apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees, but notably did not apologize to Chris Rock at that moment. The fallout from the slap was immense. The Academy launched an investigation, and within days, Will Smith resigned from the Academy, effectively giving up his voting privileges. However, this was not enough to quell the backlash. On April 8, 2022, the Academy announced that Smith was banned from attending the Oscars and all related events for 10 years. This was one of the most severe punishments ever handed out by the organization. The controversy deeply affected Smith's career and public image. Several of his upcoming projects were put on hold or canceled, and his reputation as one of Hollywood's most likable and respected actors was severely damaged. Meanwhile, Chris Rock chose not to press charges and later addressed the incident in his stand-up comedy special, notably in Selective Outrage 2023, where he shared his perspective in a comedic but pointed manner. This incident remains a cautionary tale about the consequences of reacting emotionally in high-stakes situations. While Smith later issued a formal apology to Chris Rock and the public, the damage had already been done. His decade-long Oscars ban serves as a stark reminder that, even in moments of personal frustration, violence is never the answer, especially on a stage as prestigious as the Academy Awards. Number 4. Britney Spears and Demi Moore. VMAs 2007, The Failed Comeback. The Britney Spears and Demi Moore VMAs 2007 performance was meant to be a triumphant comeback, but instead became one of the most infamous moments in pop music history. After a turbulent period in her personal life, including a highly publicized divorce, custody battles, and erratic public behavior, fans and the music industry were eagerly awaiting Britney's return to the stage at the 2007 MTV Video Music Awards. This performance was intended to mark her grand comeback, re-establishing her as the reigning pop princess. However, What unfolded that night was far from what fans and critics had hoped for. When Britney took the stage to perform "Gimme More," the lead single from her upcoming album Blackout, expectations were sky high. However, from the very first moments, it was clear that something was off. Britney appeared dazed and disconnected, lacking the signature charisma and confidence that had made her one of the world's top performers. Her movements were slow and uncoordinated, her lip syncing was noticeably off, and at times, she even seemed to forget the lyrics. The high-energy choreography fans were expecting was replaced with sluggish, uninspired dancing, making the performance feel awkward and unpolished. Adding to the disaster, her outfit, a black, glittery two-piece ensemble, was widely criticized for being unflattering and mismatched to the high-intensity nature of the song. The stark contrast between her past dynamic VMA performances, such as the legendary 2001 "I'm a Slave for You" performance with a live snake, and this visibly lackluster showing left audiences shocked and disappointed. The reaction was brutal. The media and fans immediately declared the performance a disaster, with headlines labeling it a train wreck. Critics tore it apart, calling it lifeless, embarrassing, and the worst VMA performance ever. The performance was supposed to remind the world why Britney Spears was a pop icon, but instead, it became a symbol of her struggles and decline at that time. Behind the scenes, several factors contributed to the disastrous performance. Reports later revealed that Britney was in a fragile mental state, struggling with personal and legal battles, including custody disputes over her children. Some sources claimed she was insecure about her body post-pregnancy, while others stated she had partied the night before, further impacting her ability to perform at her best. There were also rumors of last-minute changes to the performance, which may have contributed to her lack of preparation. The fallout from the performance was significant. Instead of reclaiming her status as a pop queen, Britney became the subject of mockery and criticism. Comedian Sarah Silverman, who hosted the VMAs that night, brutally insulted Britney just minutes after her performance, making jokes about her parenting and mental state, which only added to the harsh scrutiny she faced. However, despite this career setback, Britney's story did not end here. Just a month later, Blackout was released, and is now considered one of her best albums, critically acclaimed for its bold production and influence on modern pop music. While the 2007 VMAs marked a low point in Britney's career, she would eventually make a real comeback years later, proving her resilience and lasting impact on the music industry. Today, the "Gimme More" VMAs performance is remembered as one of the most infamous moments in award show history, serving as a stark reminder of the intense pressures placed on pop stars and the struggles Britney faced during that time. It also highlights the darker side of celebrity culture, where personal hardships are often played out in front of the world, leaving little room for privacy or recovery. Number 3. Madonna and Britney Spears kiss. Intentionally shocking but failed. The Madonna and Britney Spears kiss at the 2003 VMAs was designed to be a provocative, culture-defining moment, but instead, it became an example of how media framing and execution can dilute an intended shock factor. During the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, pop icons Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera shared the stage for a special performance of "Like a Virgin" and "Hollywood." The setup was a clear nod to Madonna's own 1984 VMAs performance, where she first shocked the world by rolling around the stage in a wedding dress while singing "Like a Virgin." This time, the performance featured Britney and Christina dressed as brides, while Madonna, dressed in a black tuxedo, played the groom. The climax of the performance came when Madonna leaned in and kissed Britney Spears full on the lips, followed by a second kiss with Christina Aguilera. The move was clearly intended to be provocative, embracing shock value as a PR stunt to dominate pop culture discussions and and headlines. However, the execution didn't go as planned. Right after Madonna kissed Britney, the camera immediately cut away to Justin Timberlake, Britney's ex-boyfriend, to capture his reaction. This sudden cut stole attention from the second kiss with Christina Aguilera, making it feel less significant and almost invisible to the audience. The media and public only focused on the Britney-Madonna kiss, while Christina was almost entirely erased from the conversation. As a result, instead of creating a powerful, unified moment of rebellion, the controversy felt incomplete and uneven. Christina later expressed disappointment that her part in the performance was largely ignored, and she did not receive the same media coverage that Britney did. Beyond the camera misfire, the kiss itself was also criticized as a shallow marketing tactic rather than a genuine act of artistic expression. While some saw it as an edgy statement about female empowerment or sexual fluidity, others viewed it as nothing more than a publicity stunt designed to shock the audience rather than push any real boundaries. The early 2000s were filled with pop culture moments that capitalized on faux lesbian imagery for male consumption, and this kiss was often cited as an example of that trend. Despite the mixed reception, the kiss did achieve some level of success in generating attention. It became one of the most iconic moments in VMAs history and was widely discussed for years. However, because of the botched execution and lack of true artistic or social depth, it failed to have the lasting cultural impact that Madonna likely intended. Instead of being remembered as a groundbreaking performance, it's mostly seen today as a staged attempt to stir controversy that ultimately felt incomplete. Number 2. James Charles and Tati Westbrook drama. PR turns into a fierce battle. The James Charles and Tati Westbrook drama remains one of the most explosive and damaging controversies in YouTube history, turning what started as a business-related fallout into a full-blown public battle that shook the beauty community and led to one of the biggest subscriber losses ever recorded. The drama began in May 2019, when Tati Westbrook, a well-respected beauty YouTuber and entrepreneur, publicly called out James Charles, who was once her close friend and protege. Tati, known for her Halo Beauty supplements, had mentored James early in his career, helping him gain credibility in the beauty industry. However, their friendship fell apart when James promoted a competing brand, Sugar Bear Hair, which directly rivaled Tati's own supplement line. At first, this seemed like a minor issue, just another business disagreement. However, Tati escalated the situation by releasing a 43-minute-long video titled "By Sister" on May 10, 2019. In this devastating expose, she did not just accuse James of betraying her trust but went much further, alleging that he was manipulative, selfish, and engaged in inappropriate behavior towards straight men. The video instantly went viral, and within just a few days, James Charles lost over 3 million subscribers, setting a record for the biggest YouTube subscriber drop in history at that time. The backlash against James Charles was immediate and severe. Fans and influencers turned against him, criticizing him for his alleged behavior. Social media exploded with memes, debates, and trending hashtags like #CancelJamesCharles, turning the controversy into one of the most publicized internet feuds ever. James quickly responded with his own emotional video, titled "Tati," where he tearfully apologized and attempted to refute some of her claims. However, this video was widely mocked, with many calling it insincere. He later released a second video, "No More Lies," which contained receipts and counterarguments debunking many of Tati's accusations. This video helped shift public perception, revealing that some of the claims against him were exaggerated or misleading. As the controversy unfolded, it became clear that there were deeper layers, including manipulation behind the scenes. YouTuber Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, both major figures in the beauty community, got involved, siding with Tati and making further allegations against James. However, Toddy later admitted that she had been influenced by Jeffree and Shane, and by 2020, she released another video titled, "Breaking My Silence," where she apologized for her role in the scandal and claimed that she had been pressured into making the original by sister video. In the aftermath, all three influencers involved, James, Toddy, and Jeffree, suffered major reputational damage. While James eventually regained some of his lost subscribers, his career never fully recovered to the same level of success. He continued to face multiple controversies, further affecting his image. Toddy, once seen as a mentor figure, lost credibility and trust, and Jeffree and Shane's involvement in the drama also damaged their own brands. This incident remains one of the most notorious YouTube feuds, showing how social media drama can spiral out of control, and how cancel culture can be swift and brutal. It also serves as a lesson on the dangers of public callouts, influencer politics, and the unpredictable nature of internet controversies. Number 1. Kanye West and Taylor Swift, constantly creating drama, but losing points badly. The Kanye West and Taylor Swift feud is one of the most long-running and controversial rivalries in modern pop culture, spanning over a decade and involving multiple public clashes, leaked recordings, and shifting public perception. What started as a single moment at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards escalated into a years-long battle that ultimately backfired on Kanye and his then-wife, Kim Kardashian, damaging their reputations while bolstering Taylor Swift's image as a survivor of media manipulation. It all began at the 2009 VMAs, where Taylor Swift, then 19 years old, won the award for Best Female Video for "You Belong With Me." As she took the stage to give her acceptance speech, Kanye West stormed onto the stage, grabbed the microphone, and interrupted her, declaring, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'ma let you finish. But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time." The crowd reacted with boos and shock, and Taylor was left standing awkwardly as Kanye handed back the mic and walked off. The incident instantly became one of the most infamous moments in award show history, with many condemning Kanye for humiliating a young artist on live television. Initially, Kanye faced major backlash, leading to him being booed at later award shows, criticized by fans, and even publicly denounced by then-President Barack Obama, who called him a jackass. He eventually apologized, but the damage had been done, and Taylor's career only soared higher as she was seen as the victim of an unfair attack. The feud reignited in 2016 when Kanye West released the song "Famous," which included the controversial lyric, "I feel like me, and Taylor might still have sex/Y. I made that bitch famous." The lyric implied that Kanye deserved credit for Taylor's success, reigniting tensions between them. Taylor publicly denied approving the song and expressed her disappointment. However, things escalated further when Kim Kardashian released a secretly recorded video of Kanye and Taylor's phone call, appearing to show Taylor approving the song's lyrics. The video made Taylor seem like a liar, and the internet turned against her, labeling her as a snake and calling her manipulative. The backlash was so intense that Taylor disappeared from the public eye for nearly a year, later reflecting that she felt completely canceled by the internet. However, in 2020, the full unedited recording of the phone call was leaked, revealing that Kim Kardashian had selectively edited the video. In reality, Taylor had never agreed to the part of the song where Kanye called her a bitch or claimed to have made her famous. Instead, the leaked call proved that Taylor had been telling the truth all along, and that Kim and Kanye had manipulated the narrative to make her look bad. This revelation completely shifted public opinion, turning the tables against Kanye and Kim. Fans and media outlets reassessed the entire scandal, acknowledging how Taylor had been unfairly vilified. Meanwhile, Kanye's increasingly erratic behavior, controversial statements, and later public breakdowns further tarnished his credibility. What was once a PR power move for Kanye and Kim in 2016 ultimately became one of the most disastrous long-term backfires in pop culture history. While Taylor Swift emerged stronger, rebranded her image, and built an even more dedicated fanbase, Kanye and Kim lost public trust. The scandal remains a cautionary tale about media manipulation, cancel culture, and the unpredictable consequences of long-running feuds. Hollywood thrives on spectacle, but as we've seen, not everything is as it seems. From stage controversies to PR stunts gone wrong, the industry constantly blurs the line between reality and illusion. While some tactics successfully shape celebrity images, others crash and burn, exposing the truth behind the facade. In the end, these scandals serve as a reminder that in Hollywood, what's sold as reality is often just another carefully crafted performance.